Well, welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. As we do every week, we're going to go through the rounds that have just played of the NRL, and we'll talk about next week's rounds. Gentlemen, how are we tonight?
Brian?
Oh, I'm awesome.
Well, that's
probably a matter of opinion. Yeah, it would be.
I've just come off a 6-day weekend. Had a big feed of bacon on Monday, and football team won.
So some Bacon's Day was a big success.
Some Bacon's Day was a raging success.
And you're so sick of bacon now.
Oh no, I could have my own bacon again.
Did anybody take your cholesterol levels? not that you can take it the day after you eat.
I'm pretty sure the beer brought it down.
Of course.
Oh dear. Tom, you well?
Well, I've had 4 days off and they've been absolutely flat out, so I'm exhausted.
So you're exhausted?
Yeah.
So you're exhausted, he's stuffed, so I've got to carry both of you then?
Yeah, probably.
Broad shoulders, Steve, broad shoulders.
Right. As I do every week, as you just said. Alright, so we are going to talk about... What's wrong?
Oh, you throw these little snide comments in, you're funny.
Get on with it.
Listen, actually, I've got to ask a question. Brian, if I was to go and buy a jersey, where would I go and buy a jersey?
Gee, that's a difficult choice, Steve. But I think the shining light is Guy Stuff.
And where's Guy Stuff?
Guy Stuff have stores in Windsor and Narellan. Darren, that one's for you.
and can I buy online?
You certainly can buy online.
And I bet the prices are superb.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope you're watching, Darren.
Yeah, Darren.
They're completely butchering your brand.
Oh, come on.
No. Darren is going to be inundated with people tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And the cards are on the bench, so you pick up a card.
Yeah, pick up a card.
But then if you're watching the show, you probably already did. So.
Oh. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. All right, let's move on. And we should also say one of our other sponsors is Rock Australia Radio too.
Of course.
Well, yeah, we can't forget. Can't forget Don and Rock Australia Radio.
Wouldn't be where we are without Rock Australia.
Oh, that's right.
And where are we?
We're in a shed.
Tom's shed.
Yeah, well, actually, maybe we should be blaming Don then for where we are at the moment.
No, there's nothing wrong with his room. I built it myself in this shed.
All right, let's move on now.
Ungrateful men you are. Seriously.
All
We're
right.
not ungrateful, we're just realistic. Okay, round 13, general of the NRL was just played and done and dusted.
Yes.
Friday night, there were two games.
Yes.
Should we bypass the first one and go straight to the second one?
That would be biased.
That
Stephen.
would be. But you know I'm not biased. So, all right, ANZ Stadium where the Newcastle Knights beat South 20-12.
Yes.
And apparently some feathers were flown through the game and got everybody upset.
Headbutts.
They weren't headbutts.
Two Burgesses both headbutted different players.
It's the Burgess for you.
Hey.
And I can't believe they got fined.
Used to do a lot worse than we do.
No, but this is today, and it's not done.
Hang on. We've got a player suspended for pulling someone towards him. So yeah, don't worry. I get the headbutt.
But yeah, and all I got was a fine, but I think it was laughable.
Did they get fined?
I think Tom got a week.
Yeah, Tom got a week. The rest
Sam got a fine.
So Corey Waddell got 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was a real headbutt.
Well, wait till we get to eye gouging.
Oh, don't worry.
For that.
Oh, far out. We need to get Graham Annesley on.
Seriously.
Well, we can try.
Judiciary is a bit of a joke.
Let's talk about the game then.
All right. Yes.
Yep.
The one Newcastle were impressive. I got to say, over the last few weeks, they have played exceedingly well.
They're the giant killers.
But at the moment, they've learnt a lot of Newcastle, of Melbourne.
Yep.
Because they're slowing down to play the balls very much. You know, if you look at that South game, there are arms and legs going everywhere while South players are trying to get up. There could have been a whole lot of other penalties for it, and there wasn't. But by doing that, by achieving that, they're really getting on the front foot and dominating a lot of teams.
And if you think about it, they were without Ponga and Clemmer, and you were without your halves.
And fullback and a few other positions.
Gagai. Oh, but I mean, from last week, let's say.
Yeah.
Without Reynolds and Cody Walker. Did Gagai play?
Yes.
Okay. And did Cameron Murray play?
Yes.
Okay.
Paulie.
Yeah. So look, given they both lost significant players, that's still a significant win for the Knights.
Oh, most certainly. And look, I'll be honest. South didn't really look like they were going to beat Newcastle.
Right.
You know, there was no time. Newcastle, I think, made more defensive more breaks. They broke the line more. They they just seem to be doing it a lot better than what South were. South almost stuck in mud. South were coming off their line so many times. But, look, all credit to Newcastle. They did extremely well.
They've really turned their season around. I mean, it's like Penrith. I mean, had an ordinary start and they're starting to lift now.
Yeah. Are you worried, Steve? Because let's face it, you guys started the season with a bang.
Yeah.
And after about 4 weeks, we've been saying, South, well, they look like they're ready for a loss.
Yeah.
And now you've had a couple.
Yeah.
Look, yes and no. I did say to you a few weeks back that South hadn't beaten anyone of note. They beat the Roosters at the first game, but really that didn't count.
And that happens almost every year.
That happens almost every year, and that really can't count. So, they haven't played Cronulla, they haven't played Melbourne. So at that point, they hadn't played anyone of note. But they were still winning, and they were winning ugly. But then State of Origin came along and took 4 players on top of the 3 or 4 that were injured, and now that's starting to have the impact.
So really, I mean, the season starts, as they always say, season will start again at the end of Origin. We'll have to see where everybody is, So, I mean, it's ugly talking about the games at the moment during the middle of Origin.
Can South turn it around?
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
But they need to get their players back on the field.
Yeah, and we've already mentioned that Newcastle are probably the form team at the moment.
Oh, most certainly.
Which is ridiculous.
And Melbourne. I mean, Melbourne are just grinding away.
Well, Melbourne are doing everything they have to do. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a lot of joy out of that one. Let's go to Bankwest Stadium where the Raiders beat the Tigers 28-0.
Gee, what do you do if you're the Tigers?
Yeah,
Let's talk about the Tigers.
You buy Tim Manor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to snort.
I love Tim Manor, but geez, he's getting on and it's an odd decision.
But the thing I don't get is the Tigers are continually out-muscled. All right? And that's been their problem all year. And they keep saying, we're in the market for a forward, we're in the market for but you've got Ben Madalino.
Well, they're talking about getting rid of him.
And the other one, Russell Packer.
And Russell Packer.
Russell Packer hasn't been playing, has he?
No.
But neither's what's going on?
Well, I think Maguire doesn't like his attitude. I think, and so I think he's trying to weed out. He's probably prepared to wear this season in a sense because he just needs to weed out the pair of players he doesn't think is a committed.
Tim Manor has been told by Parramatta there's nothing beyond this season for him. So it makes sense for him to go and find another club. Of course. And he's hedging his bets that if he can do enough for this year, the Tigers will keep him on for next year. And look, between in the back rooms, they've probably said, listen, if you play well, we'll be giving you a contract, but we can't talk about it right now.
I actually thought the beginning of this season he's probably played the best that he's played for a while.
I don't know why they're not happy with him.
Yeah.
The one thing about Tim Manor is a great leader. And if you've got a pack of young guys, a leader like him can really help.
So that's a question. I mean, we can probably get to it when we talk about their team, but who's going to lead them? Because I don't think they have a lot of leaders.
Well, like I said, but West Tigers do, and Madge isn't playing them, so I don't know what's going on there. That's to me, that's a bit of a.
And Mbai's come from the Dogs, and he's been really disappointing. I think he's been underperforming. I was surprised he even got a jersey in Origin. Honestly, I don't think he's having much. I don't know. I don't think he's having much impact.
I don't think he's playing poorly, but again, they've got no one's going forward, so
that may be it.
I think you'll find Reynolds will go as well. I think you'll find there'll be quite a few changes next year.
I feel sorry for Reynolds because he's been injured. He's really not had a chance to get on the park for a few weeks.
They're paying a fortune for him. A guy who's played 9 games in the last 2 or 3 years.
But some of that hasn't been his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
When not Robbie, when Benchy's been playing well, and they won't get rid of Brooks, and then they've got Farah. There's nowhere to put Josh Reynolds.
Yeah. So. And just quickly, the Raiders. They're impressive again.
Well, I tell you what, the Raiders scored probably 2 or 3 tries that just seemed unbelievable type tries. Yeah. One got a pass, flicked it off his foot, handed into another one, then
it was 2 soccer.
Tricky little tries like that. That most other teams probably can't do.
I heard an interesting comment in the week by Brad Fittler, and he said that the one thing that looks different Canberra last year to this year is they're enjoying their defence this year. And as they're enjoying their defence, it just makes it easier to attack. And I think that's probably right because, we've had a lot of high scoring games, and the Raiders are the only team that's kept anyone to nil, and they've done it more than once, including this game.
Yep. Yep.
So, I don't know. Ricky's got something happening down there.
Well, Mick Ennis is also assistant coach down there.
I find that amazing.
But he went down there late, I think.
He
started
did.
the preseason.
But I think I think he's got a football brain on him.
Oh yeah, I love his commentary. I think his commentary.
Yeah, I was just saying the just Mick Ennis and the animosity that he had with the Canberra fans. All of a sudden, he's helping guide their team to victory.
And now he can lead the Viking clap.
Legitimately,
Amazing what you'll do for money.
Certainly is. Okay, let's move on to Mount Smart Stadium on Saturday afternoon, where Melbourne Storm beat the Warriors 32-10.
Poor Warriors.
I don't get it with the Warriors.
No, I don't know that. I don't even think, and this is going to sound harsh, I don't even think the Storm were that impressive in this game.
Mm-hmm.
No, they weren't.
The Warriors were just that bad.
Yeah.
I believe the halfback went off with a HIA, and then Jerome Hughes stepped up and had a blunder.
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes is a good player.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I tell you what, Melbourne have a few good players sitting on the sidelines.
And they just seem to keep finding them, which just is frustrating.
Yeah.
If we keep waiting for them to fall, and as long as Bellamy and Smith are there, you can't see that happening.
Well, and I'll tell you what, if Tim Manor decided to go to Melbourne, they'd make him a superstar.
Yeah, very likely.
Don't go too far.
Okay. And they had 92% completion
Yeah.
on top of all of that.
Okay, I've got a question. My favourite player in the world, Adam Blair.
Is that your question? Is that your favourite?
I want to know. I'm looking at his stats here. 63 minutes, 0 tries, 0 try assists. That's okay.
That's okay. It's a forward. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's move into some more telling stats. Hit ups, 5. How do you do that? All run meters, 45. What the heck?
Well, that means he ran 9 metres per
He did make
time.
49 tackles.
Yeah, they were running at him.
Yeah.
But honestly, he's there on big money.
Yeah.
If I was a Warriors fan, and I know that we do have Warriors fans out there, you'd be writing a letter to the club saying, why?
Well, the hooker only made 47 metres as well.
Yeah, but there's bits that Melbourne rush up in defence. We know that.
Yeah.
But when you've got a bloke like Adam Blair who's played for his country, he was club captain, international prop. You'd expect him to make more than 40 metres in a game.
But I think it's symptomatic of, you look at all the run metres. Roger made 149 metres. I mean, that's so uncharacteristic of him. So I think they all make very low metres.
He should be running more.
250. He used to average 250 metres.
Yeah, that was one season.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to do that if his forwards aren't going forward.
Of course.
And then getting the ball.
And if you look at all
space.
their run metres, they're all down, way down. Yeah.
I don't know. I would just be. I don't want to point the finger at any one particular player.
But you're doing a mighty fine job of it.
I just don't understand. Anyway, and the Storm overall, I thought they were good.
I get it, because if you compare him with a player on considerably less salary in most other teams, they would do more than 5 runs.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the coach would be kicking them up the backside if they're not doing more than 5 runs.
He's a big name player
Yeah.
at that club. You talk about leadership at a club, and you want someone to step up. I don't mean to be rude. If you have a look at those Warriors forwards, you've got Ignatius Parsi. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know whether he'd be at first grade at too many clubs. No offence. Leeson Armour, solid on his days. Isaac Papali, or Papali, as they like to call him, Papali. Tahu Harris, and Adam Blair. He's that forward leader. He's the one who's got to step up.
True.
I'm sorry. That's just so disappointing.
What did Tohu Harris do?
Let me just flip across. Played the full 80 minutes. Yeah, see, 3 hit-ups for 40 metres.
In 80 minutes?
Yeah. He's coming back to the pack. From Melbourne to the Warriors, he started really solidly, and now he's basically coming down to their level.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So do you think there's something in the coach that's saying, I don't want you to attack, I want you just there to defend? So setting up a defensive structure to say, because the one thing about Adam Blair is he has a lot of mistakes in him as well. Gives away a lot of penalties. So you think he's trying to pull him back from attack and just defend.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, they gave.
It's obviously not working.
How many points did they give away?
32. And they led 10-8 at half time.
Yeah.
It's not like they weren't in the game.
So the Warriors led
10-8. Yeah.
Wow.
That was Melbourne scored all their points in the second half.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Yep. All right, let's move on to PointsBet Stadium, where the Cronulla Sharks beat the Parramatta Eels 42-22.
And look, I've got to say, yes, the Eels are poor, but I think the Sharks are now the Smokies for this season. I think.
I don't know whether they're smoky.
Well,
Jeez, look,
Wade Graham.
Last week, Matt Moylan came back and everything hinged on his attack, and they looked great.
Yeah.
This week we get Wade Graham back. You see the footage of Wade Graham pointing on the inside as he's carrying the ball, and then he goes,
"That's right.
Nah, I think I'll just step and pass it out."
and Bronson Cherry, who they'd raved about, and he couldn't stop dropping the ball, had the last 2 games he's had blinders. He's been terrific.
Yeah,
he's
but
in the right spot.
Yeah, but he's getting clean, good ball from players who have got that experience.
Sure, they're just playing entertaining football. The Sharks. So it's like they've weathered the storm. All these injury problems, they've just gritted things out. They've lost a few, they've won a few, and look on the back end. They've got nobody in Origin. I don't think. I don't think they've got anybody in Origin. So they're not losing anybody. They're going to sail through these rounds, and they could be a real threat at the end of the season. I think if they keep everybody.
Is Moylan better at halfback? 5'8" or fullback? Because they played him at fullback.
Last
weekend,
week,
the week before, I think he was 5'8".
No, he was fullback then too.
Look,
I think he's a better fullback. When you've got blokes like Zerich, yes, however you want to pronounce it, and Aaron Gray on the other wing, you've got really big, fast blokes.
Yeah, they played Flanagan and Townsend in the half.
Yeah, I'd be inclined just to stick him at fullback. He's got enough speed that he can break. He's big enough that he can break the first tackle. He can make metres, and if he's got those guys on the outside of him,
you wonder what Kyle Flanagan's going to do once Sean Johnson.
We know what he's going to do.
He's going to the Roosters.
We know what he's going to do.
I've heard as well. Yeah. But I mean, it'll be interesting because even if he goes to the Roosters, once Keary comes back...
Who doesn't go to the Roosters nowadays?
The thing that surprised me about this, we've got Lachie Lamb, we've got Drew Hutchinson, we've got Brock Lamb. What's going to happen to those guys?
And you're talking about getting one down from a halfback down from
Sam Walker. Yeah. So I don't get it. I mean, you need to carry a couple of spares, but seriously, you don't need 5 spares.
You want all the halves. You want all the halves, don't you?
I don't understand.
The Roosters want all the halves.
They're all $500,000 a year, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. They're just playing for love, mate.
Well, I mean, Sam Walker's 17, so he's going to be figuring in another couple of years.
So have we figured out what's wrong with the Eels yet?
No.
Don't know.
Okay.
There's 2 teams. There's one that turns up to play, and there's one that doesn't turn up to play. I think
was Phil Gould. I can't remember was Phil Gould or something said that Moses. I know it was Peter Sterling because he's a Parramatta man.
Oh yeah.
He said that you can't pay a man $800,000 and he performs every second or third week.
Yep.
And that he's really worried about that. They've just signed a contract with him.
Yep.
And he didn't perform tonight. He did the other night.
Well, I wonder who they're going to sign next because they signed Clint Gutherson and got smacked. Yep. They signed Mitch Moses, get smacked. I don't know who's left off contract, but if they announce a signing during the week, don't pick them.
They're going to get smacked. All right, let's go on to 1300 Smiles Stadium where the Manly Sea Eagles beat North Queensland 22 points to 20.
And it was fairly late, wasn't it?
It was, and...
60th minute you scored the last try.
There were 3 tries that the Cowboys scored in 7 minutes. That honestly looked like Manly were just collapsing.
Because it looks like you were 2 tries to 0, and then they scored 3.
Then they scored 3,
and went ahead.
What was quite interesting was that Dylan Walker was playing on the right hand side, his left hand centre, and he kept sliding back in, which just left a 2-on-1 with George Tafua, who, look, I love George, but he's not the best defender in the game.
No.
Mind you, did you
Although
see
he channeled Steve Maddai pretty well.
And so so obviously I don't know. The club's obviously deciding what to do with Dylan Walker and playing him on the other side of the field because, Moses Sully is out there and, gee, that kid could be great. I don't know. And
potential, there's no doubt.
But what do you do? And the Cowboys, why didn't you keep going down that side?
Yeah.
Like, it looked... I'm sitting there watching the game going... every time they attack, and then they'd hit it up in the middle, they'd go to Jason Tamalolo, they'd go to the other side. I'm going, well, that's great.
Yeah,
bring that on any day of the week.
They're not going where they scored 3 other tries, yeah.
That's right. And, and in all honesty, they looked good every time they went to that side. So I don't know why they weren't continuing to attack.
So Tom had a bit of a rusty start.
Yeah, still made lots of meters. Jeez, he makes a big difference in attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes a big difference in attack. He just knows when to come in, get the ball away. Look, Brendan Elliott has been sensationally solid.
Yeah.
Tom just, there's something. There's something
and Brendan
else there.
would know that too.
Yeah.
So he's playing reserve grade now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Elliott, yeah.
So look, I don't know. It was a good win. There were there were a number of controversial decisions. I thought the refereeing was pretty poor for both sides.
Jason Tamalolo ran for 311 metres. Wow.
And Adam Blair ran for
45.
There you go. That's a lock and a lock. And how many tackles did Tamalolo make?
He made 28. It's not bad for a big guy.
30 tackles as opposed to 50, I guess. But,
so we're going to talk about Josh Maguire.
I didn't want to take the gloss off the Manly win, but yeah, let's talk about Josh.
Seriously, I mean, Hudson Young gets 5 weeks for an eye gouge. He eye gouges twice, and he's got form for 3 other ones previously, and he gets fined both times. A hefty fine. So they're saying to you, you don't deserve to lose weeks, but we're going to fine you $4,500. And that effectively keeps him in Origin. And I think that's completely biased.
That's the
Absolutely
conspiracy
biased.
going around. That's right.
Seriously. It started with Cameron Munster. He got eye gouged by Josh Morris, and Cam Smith talked him out of making a complaint about it, which I think is completely wrong as well.
Yep.
He said, "Think seriously before you do this." I'm thinking it's clear that he eye gouged, and then they fined him, which means somebody thought he did something wrong, and they didn't give him any time off, and now he's done something probably worse. And he gets a bigger fine, but no time off. And I think that's just absolutely wrong.
Yeah, and the general commentary is that, it was a soft rake across the face. I'm thinking, well, that's intentional. That's not, look, in all honesty, a bit of a facial massage, on the face when you stand up or the back of the head and, let them suck in some grass. That's, part of the game.
But that's been banned now.
But that's, that's totally dominant. To deliberately rake across a face.
It's just grubby and dirty and shouldn't be in the game.
And I'm not suggesting we need 12 and 18 month suspensions for it, as in the past.
But if one guy can get 5 weeks for it, and this guy does it twice, surely the second time they match the
And I do recall we had a discussion saying, well, Hudson Young, he had something similar in the last 12 months, and so, obviously they wanted to get it out of his game. Well, this is the second time in a year.
Maguire, and he's got form with this eye gouging in the past.
Honestly, I haven't. Graham Annesley was apparently holding a press conference this afternoon to discuss the inconsistencies with that. I haven't heard it yet. I'll be absolutely fascinated to see what he has to say. I want him to sit on the lounge next to me and have a chat about it.
Let's move on. Suncorp Stadium. Gold Coast Titans beat the Broncos 26-18.
And up to that, I was 5-0.
So was I.
We keep tipping the same.
So you picked against the Roosters?
No, that was the next game. After this,
Oh.
I was 5-0.
Yeah, I know.
And then I lost the next 2 games on Sunday.
Well, I only lost this one. Thanks, Broncos.
Okay. Talk about Titans.
They're just
Were the Broncos bad or the Titans exceedingly good?
Broncos were directionless. Once, what's his name? Dearden, the halfback. He adds a lot to that club.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. I mean,
he's out for a few weeks, I believe.
I wouldn't put him in the Alfie Langer Brisbane halfback,
he's
but
17 or 18.
Yeah. But you know what? He's calm about the way that he does things, and so it just lets Milford and everyone else just run amok. He wasn't there. I think the wheels fell off. Gold Coast were desperate.
Yeah, Broncos started coming back though in the last 10-15 minutes. Milford started throwing the ball around.
What he should have been doing
tries.
at first.
And those Brian Kelly scored 2 tries.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm over him.
Okay. Tyrone Robertson made a nice break. I mean, he's still a quality player. He really is a quality player.
Yeah.
It's and interestingly, the former Melbourne halfback Riley Jacks was in the team.
Yep.
And I thought that he had a good game, solid without being spectacular.
Isn't it interesting? Every time they have there's something in the papers about Gus Brennan on the way out.
Yep.
They win.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
So maybe they should do that every week. Tell him every week he's on the way out. But I don't know what it is. I mean, the Titans are the same as Parramatta. They can turn up and they can be exceptional, or they can turn up and they can be
the Warriors as well.
Warriors as
well.
Like
those three teams are so inconsistent.
Yeah,
it just kills your tipping.
Jared Wallace at 235 metres. I wonder whether he'll be considered again for Origin. Pretty good performance by the looks of it.
He should be.
22 hit-ups.
Can we have him in New South Wales though, not Queensland?
No, we can't.
We don't want
his
him.
name's not English.
We don't want him.
We don't want him? Why? We don't have a prop forward at the moment.
Whoever we put in will do the job.
Oh, you've been listening to Freddie's mantra. And I noticed you haven't got shoes on either, so you're walking on the grass.
I'm feeling the grass, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out, Steve. I'm not wearing shoes.
Well, the way you've treated my floor, there's a lot of earthing to be done there.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm bringing the vacuum cleaner. You guys can clean up.
Let's talk about the next game.
Yes.
I didn't do anything. All right, let's talk about the next game.
Yeah.
Panthers Stadium, where the Penrith Panthers beat the Roosters 19-10.
Watched this game. As you know, I didn't have the opportunity to watch many games. I watched all the replays, but the highlights. But I did watch this game today, and I made a few notes because. Are
they happy notes or they sad?
Yeah, but look. In the end, there wasn't a lot in the game. Honestly, there were long periods of time where both teams defended really well. I thought that Penrith, that was a 6-try performance by the Penrith, and they only scored 3. Because I actually think that the Roosters defended really, really well in lots of periods when I watched the game back. They held up two tries on their line. There was lots of good things to like about the Roosters' performance, despite the fact that they lost. And both teams defended well. I mean, there were lots of opportunities where the Roosters didn't get over on the line either.
You're far too level-headed.
No.
He's tired. You got to
give
him.
I thought Maloney was absolutely superb. He was back to his best, and he's got to be back in the frame, I think, to be considered for Origin, because they're not going to get rid of Cleary, because I reckon that they might seriously consider the halves combination. Anyway, Liam Martin is.
Talk about that at the break.
Liam Martin, I love Liam Martin. I love watching Liam Martin. You know who I'm talking about? I think he's terrific. He's a real talent of the future. Yeah. He's a tough sort of lock sort of player.
Why did you ask? Do we know who you're talking about?
Liam Martin. Well, he's a new player in the Penrith side.
He's been there for 3 weeks. Of course, we know.
3 weeks. Yeah, okay.
We know.
You're not always the most observant of you two. Ryan Hall played his second game. Second game in first grade, and he was solid. He was pretty good. Mansour, I thought, had his best game in a couple of years.
Yeah,
he ran really solidly.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I don't believe that Manu should have been sin binned. I don't understand all the rules. Let me just explain. Apparently, he was considered a dominant tackle. Dominant tackle, you're allowed to hold them down for a little bit longer. And I thought the amount of time he held him was reasonable.
Maybe dominant. Okay, yeah. Let's just discuss that. Now, hang on. Wait. Let me just say, I thought Penrith were dominant for the entire match, and I thought it was only the Roosters' defence that kept them in it, because I had no doubt that Penrith were going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
They were on top the entire time.
And I agree with you.
Now, on that tackle, yes, the break was made. Yes, Manu caught him and held him. All right, but then he's got him. The ref's gone off him. Let him go. And Manu looks at the ref.
And the
ref
guy
goes,
had his legs wrapped
dominant,
around him.
off him.
And the guy
And
had
Manu
his legs
holds
wrapped
him.
around him.
And the ref goes, well, and then the third time the ref says get off him, he gets off him. And then puts him in the bin, and all the Rooster fans are blowing up. Well,
last night,
maybe do it the first time the ref says it.
Last night, Controversy Corner, all 4 people on the panel said that shouldn't have been a sin bin.
Of course it should
And
have
a
been
couple of other
sin bin.
people I read said it shouldn't have been a sin bin, and I didn't think it was either. I was blowing up when I saw it. So, look, would they have won the game because of that?
If it was a dominant tackle, yes, I get they have a little bit more time.
But he did tell him to get off him 3 times.
That's right, I agree.
I didn't
but
hear
also,
him say it 3 times.
Manu looked at the ref.
Yeah.
The guy had his legs wrapped around him.
No.
He did.
No, because Manu
his
had his
legs are up in
arms
the air
wrapped around him.
But I'm just not sure in that situation you really have a dominant tackle. Because there isn't any defensive line. And everyone says as soon as you tackle, you get up. And it's always a penalty.
Yeah.
When you don't do that. Now, it was a try-scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a sin bin.
That's why they give it a sin bin.
It was a great tackle, and I don't think it deserved a sin binning. Despite that, I think we scored right on the end of that sin. I think both teams scored in the 10-minute period, and I thought that was a pretty good performance. Butcher and Radley put on a really nice try. So look, all in all, yes, we're still struggling, but I think given all the upsets in the team, like a lot of other teams, I get it. We're finally at a point where we're not compensating as well as we used to. We just have to get our players back.
That was a dig at me. Who goes, you know what? My team loses 3 in a row, and I'm dirty.
No,
but not the Roosters fans. Everything's going according to plan.
You whinge more than most people about your team.
ANZ Stadium. I'm moving this on.
I'm just curious. Can I ask one question to Tom? So your coach has come out and said we're going to rest Teddy next week.
Yep. He's been in his plan forever. He was going to rest Cordner, but he didn't. He left Crichton off, and so now Cordner and Teddy will be rested.
You're going to lose next week too.
Yeah. No, playing the Dogs.
Well, I don't know. But the point is, he's not concerned about that. He's concerned about the end of the season. Right. And I like the fact that...
Neither was Bennett when he rested Cody.
Hang on. You're not going to get to the end of the season if you keep losing games. You lose next week. Just so you know, you lose next week. And that's 4 in a row.
Who do I trust, Brian McCall or Trent Robinson? I think that's a no-brainer.
Hang on. You tell me any coach is going to sit there and go, losing 4 in a row is no concern at all. Please.
ANZ Stadium where the Dragons beat Bulldogs 36-12. Bulldogs scored the first try in this, and then just the Dragons turned on. The Dragons' first set was terrible. Bulldogs score from it, and then they snapped into gear.
Did you pick the Dogs or the Dragons?
I picked the Dragons, yeah.
Right.
You went the Dogs, didn't you?
I only got one wrong. Brisbane let me down.
I got 6. Yeah.
Because there are a few that went the Dogs.
Mind you, if I'd
picked the Panthers.
Yeah, if I'd known Cordner was playing, I would have picked the Roosters, but he was listed not to play.
So are the Dragons back?
No.
That's one win out of the last 5. I think that
Corey Norman makes a difference.
He makes an exceptional difference.
That's right. The Dragons have only lost 4. Season's not over yet.
Yeah, mind you, the Dragons are sitting on 8 points compared to 18.
Seriously.
There's a big difference.
You're not going to get to me.
No. The Bulldogs were hopeless.
Yeah, and they continue to be, unfortunately.
I don't understand the decisions that Doompay's making. How do you have consistency in a team when you're still pulling your back rowers off, throwing them in reserve grade, and I don't understand.
There's talk about Flanagan going to...
That was in the same article that talked about the Sun going to the Roosters.
Yeah, I didn't read the article, I just heard about it.
Dallin.
Yeah, to the Dogs.
Yeah, he's going so he should be playing probably this week.
But the problem is he wants to be a fullback. And they're saying that Nick Meaney, they don't want to move Nick Meaney.
Well, Nick Meaney's not a bad fullback.
That's right, it's good. So So
I can say I haven't written the Dragons off, by the way.
and the question is,
Just I just have to throw that in there for Barry.
they were talking about the Dogs not being able to buy players till 2021.
Well, they're doing really well.
Oh, they are. So
They got Stimson coming next year.
Yep.
They've bought Dallin.
Yep.
For someone who hasn't been able to buy players, they're actually doing quite well.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. I mean, and I don't know. I'm confused by the Dogs. And then there was the write-up in the paper that said, in 2021, so once this year finishes, they've got 8.5 million to spend because they've only signed 3 players.
Yeah, but you know what that means? That means they're going to lose a lot of players. They're going to change over a big squad.
Dean Pay obviously doesn't want them.
Obviously.
That means pretty much another season of trying to
rebuild it.
And right now, I was going to say who's going to go there, but they must be paying overs for the players that are going there.
Oh, they're looking at trying to take Jake and Tom. Go away.
No.
Really, to the Dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to
go away. Go away, Dogs.
Fit.
Yeah, they're not going to go.
Jake and Tom are never going to go anywhere.
Oh, I'm hoping. Tim Manor was never going anywhere either.
All right, Tom, you want to give us a ladder?
Yeah, okay. All right. Yes, so when it refreshes...
We've got in there
Storm. The Storm on 22 points standing alone. The Rabbitohs on 20 and the Roosters on 18 and the Raiders on 16. So there's a 2-point margin between each of those 4. Also on 16 are the Knights and the Sharks in 5th and 6th. The Seagulls alone in 7th on 14 and the Eels surprisingly still in the 8th. There's actually 5 teams on 12 points. The Eels in 8th, Broncos 9, Dragons 10, West Tigers 11 and the Cowboys in 12, all on 12 points. On 10 points, the Warriors going south and the Panthers going north. And at the bottom, we have the Titans and the Bulldogs, 8 points and 6 points.
Okay, you reckon the Penrith Panthers can make the 8? I mean, they're only 2 out of it.
With the form that they've got now, yes, I definitely do.
I'm officially calling the Titans and the Bulldogs not making the 8.
No. And I think the Eels will struggle to make the 8 now too.
I think the
So
Warriors
you're saying
will
the
as well.
Titans and the Bulldogs won't make the 8? What about the Titans?
Yeah, I think everybody... the Titans and the Bulldogs, I said.
Titans and the Bulldogs are gone.
I think everybody else can.
I think the Warriors are gone.
I think it would be unlikely for the Warriors and the Cowboys to make the 8, but not impossible.
Well, when you look what's above the Dragons and the Broncos, the Broncos could make the 8.
Interestingly,
the Eels, I think, are going to drop.
If we're looking at it, though, we've got Raiders... Oh. So, Rabbitohs, Raiders, Sea Eagles, Eels all have to have their bye. So they all go 2 points higher.
Oh, that's good.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so once you look at that, there's a solid break between 8th and 9th. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm quite happy to have my team sitting on 16 points, 1 win behind the Roosters.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome.
All right, gentlemen, question without notice before we move on to next week. What changes are you going to make to State of Origin team?
Oh dear.
I'm going to declare, before you two speak, I'm going to declare that you make no changes.
Cody
exactly
Walker,
the same
Cody Walker won't be in that team, unfortunately.
Should be.
That's sad, but I don't think he did enough to prove his position.
We nearly won him the game at the end.
No, he didn't. Jack White nearly won him the game in the end, and they lost it.
He can't play.
Jack Whiten gave the pass.
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't on when Cody.
He can't play in the halves because that's not working, and you've got to decide to put him on the bench, or do you keep Jack White in there? That's the question.
Oh, look, I wouldn't have a problem putting Jack White at 5'8" and putting Cody on the bench.
Yeah, I think
I'd still stick with the same team.
I think they're probably going to seriously consider Mitchell Pearce.
I think that's a mistake.
Or they might go back to the Cleary Maloney combination. There's a possibility of that.
What really annoys me about that is we've got to stop picking a player who has an exceptional game just before State of Origin. He's had 12 bad games, and he has an exceptional one. We say, he's back.
But I think what they really want is a wise head in that area, and I don't think they got that last
I don't
game.
think they did either, but I don't think that's going to help. Anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd replace Clemmer.
I would make a couple of changes. I think Tom needs to be in the team.
Yep, absolutely.
He offers too much to not be in the team.
Yep.
The problem is I don't know where you'd put him. Because
Who did you drop?
Well, I think he replaced him with Kotrick.
I thought Kotrick had a solid game.
Yeah, but he's not a Tom Toroyevich.
Yeah, but geez, it'd be hard to drop a bloke who did nothing wrong.
No,
and he did nothing wrong. There's talk you could put him in the centres for Josh Morris, who always was only going to be a stopgap.
Well,
but Josh Morris had a good game.
He did. Look, I think Latrell's got to aim up this week, or else he shouldn't be picked.
Well, I don't know how you could leave Latrell Mitchell out of the team.
Well, not if he doesn't play well this week. Honestly,
I think Cody Walker's in trouble. I was concerned that he was too individual to play Origin, and I think probably Maloney will come into the team.
Who's going to replace Clemmer?
I'd go Regal Campbell-Gillard.
So would I at the moment. One who's had an exceptional game as opposed to.
But I still like Matt Lodge. I think Matt Lodge in losing sides.
Matt Lodge won't, because isn't he going to be suspended for?
Is he?
Yeah.
Probably. He's from New South Wales. Just cop a fine if you're a Queenslander.
He's got a couple of charges pending.
But the difference...
I think he's been solid.
But the thing is, I want someone who's been there before.
Yeah.
I would go no debutants.
Dale Finucane. He's a debutant, but I think Dale Finucane would let you down.
Could do it, yeah.
Day after, he wouldn't let you down.
I'd go... I'd make one change on the bench. So I'd bring in Regal Campbell-Gillard. Absolutely. I think Tom Travojevic has to be in the team. Mm-hmm. And I would take Angus Crichton out and put in Tarek Sims. That would be my change.
I wouldn't mind that.
He's just too angry, that man. Too angry.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Tarek Sims. Too angry.
Yeah. He's got the mongrel. I think Crichton's out of form.
Let me tell you, if Queensland had tried to put on that dominant garbage that they did against Tarek Sims, he probably would have got sent off.
That's a fair call. That's a fair call. Yeah.
So I'd be happy with those changes, but that's it. I'm not suggesting wholesale.
Is Payne Haas get another run?
Yeah. Yeah, but he needs to be told, mate, you buddy with your mates out there and they're in Queensland instead of thumping them.
That was bad look. Yeah. Starting to mess up their hair and play games with them. That if you don't want to go to war, as they say.
Yep.
Then you shouldn't be there.
No, that's right.
And if they keep Cody Walker and Jack Whiten, I'm happy. If they put Maloney in there, I'd understand. So.
Okay, let's move on to round 14. Do we want to ask, why don't those who are watching, why don't you go onto Facebook, NRL from the Sidelines, and which changes would you make? Which changes would you like to see for the next state of origin?
Is there a need for any changes at the Maroons? Like no suspensions, no injuries?
No, they just give him fines. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know. Often Gowie's got a knee gash.
He does.
Gash. And
there's a couple of
so that's an opportunity for Wallace maybe.
Yeah.
To come in.
So go on Facebook. Yeah. Tell us who you'd change.
For Sally, who's your Queensland team?
Sally, you don't really support Queensland, do you? I know
She does.
I know it's Victoria and New South Wales, but surely you don't support Queensland.
All Victorians support Queensland because their team, Melbourne's side, are full of Queenslanders.
You just can't do it, Sally.
Even my best man who lives in Melbourne doesn't even follow rugby league. Goes for the Queenslanders when they play. Craig, wake up to yourself.
Okay, Thursday night, this coming Thursday, State of Origin, GIO Stadium, where the Raiders take on the Sharks. This should be a good game.
Oh, it should be an excellent
game.
It'll be a
rip snorter, won't it?
Absolutely. This could even be game of the round.
Oh, for sure.
And it's GIO Stadium, which is a real benefit.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders at home.
That's the only thing that would sway me would be the home game.
Raiders at home.
Yeah. Although...
If it was any... I don't know, yeah. Sean Townsend might be back. Is Sean Townsend back? He was rumoured to... no. Johnson.
Sean Johnson.
Sorry.
Love child of Sean and Chad. I don't know.
I meant the Kiwi bloke.
Yeah, we know who you meant. It's okay. We know. Yeah, look, I'm actually thinking the Sharks.
Ooh. I think it's a struck match between them.
No,
the way they play.
And again, it's only the Raiders' home ground that would make me think Raiders. But I'm just wondering if the Sharks haven't just got too much strike power right now.
Listen to the footy tip leader.
Yeah,
that's never happened before.
Only in one comp, I'm beating you in the other
one. One of the footy tips, you're actually 20 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
And the other one over here's about 20 points ahead of me, but
yeah, and I'm only disappointed because I don't know what.
Just behind, because you played your Joker in one game and you're ahead of me. You didn't play your Joker in the other one, and you're behind me.
Knucklehead.
Yeah.
All right, on Friday night.
Oh.
Seabus Super Stadium, where the Gold Coast Titans take on the Warriors.
Oh, man.
Goodness me!
If the first game was the match of the round, this is the dumpster of the round. I'm telling you, this is a garbage truck. This
Okay,
is-
so
the
which
Titans at
team
home.
wants to win?
I'm going the Titans at home. But having said that, you watch the Warriors will have a blinder.
I'm actually going to go Warriors. Because I think week in, week out, they should be performing better. Although, look,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going. I think Titans will win this.
I'm leaning towards
few.
the Warriors, but only
You said
minusculely.
You
never
keep saying through the year, I'll never tip the Warriors again.
Yeah, well, I'm leaning towards them. I might not pick them yet.
Okay, 1300 Smiles Stadium, where North Queensland are playing the West Tigers.
You'd have to say the Cowboys
Cows.
at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to agree.
They still stumble, but the West Tigers are really struggling.
Wow.
This is the match of the round.
This is the match of the round. Amy Park, Melbourne Storm against Newcastle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Ponga and Clement won't be there. That'll be a big loss. But
Yeah.
Safi's been stepping up lately.
Yeah.
Ponga will be
Can he
back.
play for New South Wales, by the way?
Yeah,
Apparently he can.
Oh.
And there's some talk that maybe he might get a go.
I'm looking at the odds on this game, and Newcastle are rank outsiders.
Mhm.
How? I mean, I'm picking the Storm, but gee, it's going to be tight.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah. I'm going to go the Knights. I think an upset.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm
Yeah.
leading the Knights as well.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm picking the Storm, and no one else is.
No. I just think if it's based on form, Newcastle are performing a lot better than what Melbourne
Yeah,
are.
the Storm are winning games, but they're not impressive.
No.
Well, if it was again, I'm going home. I'm going the home team.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, Sally, just drop me a message if you think the Storm are going to win.
of course, Sally will think that Storm are going to
Sally's picked against the Storm. She knows when they're off.
win. Yeah, she does. ANZ Stadium, where the South Sydney Rabbitohs are playing the Penrith Panthers.
No Thomas Burgess, no Sam Burgess.
No.
And I don't think
no
ANZ holds fear for any team.
No
because
Adam Reynolds.
It's
No
a
Adam
neutral
Reynolds.
venue. Cody
So-
Webb will be back.
Souths have got some major changes. So
Panthers are.
Kyle
Panthers are
Turner
winners.
comes back into the centre position.
Yep.
So the two Burgesses out of the three are gone. No Reynolds.
We have Casey, what's he, in the halves?
No. Connor Tracy.
Connor Tracy, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so who's
No.
playing halves? then?
The halfback is
John Sutton.
No, the tall guy.
Dewey.
Dewey.
Right.
He's in the half. Cody
Dewey,
Walker is
Dewey.
5'8".
Right.
Tom Amone is having a run.
To who, what?
Tom Amone. What someone
He's-
picked up from.
Another junior.
He's just having a go at me now.
Tonight on Who's Left the Manly Sea Eagles. So, I'm going the Panthers in this. I think the Panthers' form is much better than the Rabbitohs at the moment.
Well, I'm going the Bunnies because I think they can turn their season around on this game.
Understandable.
Brian,
Right?
we're waiting for you.
Panthers. I don't want to be mean to you, Steve.
But you are anyway. Okay, so Bankwest Stadium, Parramatta Eels against the Brisbane Broncos.
Wow.
I'm not picking
Broncos
those.
away aren't as good as home. The Eels, are they going to turn up? Bankwest Stadium, it's got a little bit of a vibe attached to it.
Unless you're a West Tigers fan.
Yeah.
98-0.
I think the Tim Manor thing is going to go against Parramatta at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I think the Eels will win. I don't think there'll be much in it, but
I'm
Eels
going
will win.
Broncos. Brian?
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
Bronx.
you ever not go the Broncos? No.
Yes,
No,
often.
you don't.
Please. Okay, let's go to Lotto Land on Sunday afternoon, where the Manly Sea Eagles are playing St George Illawarra.
It's going to be a tough game for you, I think.
Hey, it's the first time all year we've named an unchanged team. I'm happy about that.
Home ground advantage, I'll be going the Sea Eagles.
First time all year.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
Hang on, when we complain about not having players out, you tell us to suck it up.
No, I do. That's right. And we
So-
are sucking up. But
so
I'm
now
just
you can
I'm just
suck it up.
impressed that it's the first time all year.
I'm going St George.
What? Really?
He's looking after his friend Barry.
He's
No, I'm not looking after my friend Barry. I'm saying...
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Corey Norman.
Yeah.
He's going to go out and play on his own.
Yeah.
No, but look what he did the other day. I mean, he makes a huge difference to that
He
team.
does. He does.
Okay.
You better win.
So, Tom, are you going...
I'm going the Eagles, yeah.
I think we'll win comfortably.
Oh, no, I don't think you'll be going
Oh, comfortably.
I think there's some tough games in this round.
Won't be low last minute goal kick to
You wouldn't be
steal
playing
victory.
his Joker this week.
Maybe.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be.
Okay, Sydney Cricket Ground, Sydney Roosters and the Sydney Roosters and the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Pick of the Dogs.
Look, I mean, on paper, the Roosters should win this comfortably. They're out of form at the moment. They'll have Latrell back. They'll lose Boyd Cordner. That's a big loss. They'll also lose Tedesco possibly. So that's going to bring them back to the pack. But I think that the Roosters should have enough class to win.
Jeez, is Latrell going to play?
Yeah. Well, he has to.
He was going to play last week too.
He's got to play because he had the week off,
Okay,
and that was. According to Trent Robinson, already programmed.
Oh, boy.
He said he was going to.
He was listed as playing.
He was taking. He was going to take. No.
Trent Robinson and Wayne Bennett cut from the same cloth.
He had 2 forwards and two backs, and he was going to rest one of each of them in any of the games. And he decided because Latrell needed to go home to a funeral that it might as well be Latrell this week, and that's what happened. Seriously, simple as that. And it'll be Tedesco. Can't be objective, this guy.
No, but you know what? It's a good position to be in.
Oh, yeah.
That you get to rest them, and this week's you're playing the Dogs.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, honestly,
Yeah,
your
we've had our
reserve
bye,
grade
which
team
didn't
should
help.
be able to beat the Dogs at the moment.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. Yeah. I'd like to see a dominant performance this week, and I need to see that. I'm certainly hoping for that.
All right. Listen, I'm going to draw this to a close.
Oh,
You were going to say this lunacy to a close.
I was, but we actually haven't been too bad
We've been
tonight.
okay, yeah. Except for him.
Yeah, I know. But you get
But
used to him after a while.
It's what you get.
So let's hope everyone's gone through. Let's hope that Darren has watched all the way through.
Of
Darren?
course,
Yes. Darren would be from...
Guy stuff.
Guys,
Where you can get beautiful jerseys like this one, which I bought.
We're
at Guy
absolutely
Stuff.
seamless here.
I had a mental blank at the moment. But
Yes.
it was Guy stuff.
Go to Guy Stuff, Windsor and Narellan.
Yeah.
And get your stuff from Guy.
Darren.
From a guy called Darren.
Or a girl that works there, I don't know.
Yeah, they got other stuff except football.
Please
They do.
kill it, Steve. Kill it.
There's a large range of football gear, and he's got cars in. He's got all kinds of motoring gear. He's got all kinds of stuff.
All stuff.
Even that horrible other game that they play in Melbourne.
The aerial ping pong game.
That we don't talk about.
Rugby
No,
union.
We don't. No. But that
The other one.
Yeah.
Aerial ping pong.
Yes.
Soccer.
Yeah, the other one.
Oh, wow.
All right.
All right. Anything intelligent to end with? No? Tom?
We've already said all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching. This is NRL from the Sidelines with Tom, Brian and Steve. And we will do it all again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.